Hi, and welcome to Never Perfect, Always Genuine. My name is Katrina Horn, and I'm a life coach, and I'm going to guide you through this 4-module mini retreat. So, before we start, can I just invite you to stop multitasking and take just 5 minutes to yourself? And you can start by breathing in, and when you breathe out, just let it all out and take your shoulders down a notch, right? And feel into the present moment. So we're leaving aside our to-do list and we're leaving aside all the things we want to get on with and taking just a few minutes just for ourselves here together. Some of us learnt really early on that to feel safe, it was much better to focus on other people's needs. And so we started to believe that they were more important than our own. We found safety in being the capable, the kind, the compassionate person that people could rely on. And we thought that that was more valuable than being ourselves. And that to feel love, to feel appreciation from other people, to be really esteemed, well, we had to give so much more than we received. And that had us sort of dive into this perfection idea. Now, for me, that showed up in my career as I was a classical musician. So I went on stage, and my only thought was, how can I live up to the standard of perfection? How can I interpret the music I play perfectly? And in case I don't interpret it perfectly, well, then that must mean that I'm just not up for it. Like, it's just not possible for me, and that people really shouldn't enjoy my playing. Do you see where that led me? That led me into this performance trap where I always had to play perfectly and never was quite able to do perfectly what I thought was expected. And that cut me off from being authentic. And we can only be connecting with others. We can only be magnetic. We can only be who we are at our best when we are being ourselves. And that is not possible when we try to live up to other people's standards and perhaps our own standards of perfection. Do you see that? So this perfection really grows into a trap. It becomes a cage. You probably already know the voice of your inner critic, the one that says, don't mess this up, or be careful what they might think, or if you just try a little harder, you might get to the point where you can feel at peace. So let's not fight it. Let's just notice it because it's trying to keep you safe. It's simply a younger version of you, a learnt version of you that is really busy and extremely mindful of keeping you safe. Let's take a moment and focus on one area of your life where you feel the pressure to get it right. Could be at work, in a relationship, or simply with yourself and what you like to do for yourself. And let's just notice how it makes you feel. Let's notice what it feels like in your body. So when you think of that situation, can you feel your shoulders jump up again? Can you feel like a knot in your stomach? Your jaws tense up? What does that pressure really feel like? And what would be different if you just let go? Let's say just a tiny bit. Let's say, what if you let go just 5% of that? What would that feel like? And if you can let go of 5%, maybe you can also let go of 10%. Try it out and see what that would feel like. What if you didn't have to earn your worth through performance or control? What if There was actually nothing you had to do, and just you being you were enough. Let's go a little bit deeper and let's dive into a journaling prompt. Where in my life am I working hard to be seen as capable instead of allowing myself to be real? I would invite you to spend a few minutes with this. If you like journaling, perfect. If you're not so keen on journaling, maybe you just want to write down a few thoughts in bullet points, just a few areas. So the advantage of writing things down is that our brain focuses. When we write something down, we can't actually be thinking of something else. So try it out for yourself, knowing that you have already started being more genuine by noticing all of these things. Every time you choose presence over perfection, you are becoming more and more of yourself. What if your sense of worth wasn't dependent on performance or control? What if it was perfectly safe for you to be seen just as you are and trust that that was enough? So every time you choose presence over a desire for perfection, just know that you are returning more and more to who it is you really are, to that genuine version of yourself, the one that can connect deeply with other people and the one that feels safe to you. Next time we meet up, we'll be diving into why letting go feels unsafe and how you can get that feeling of safety elsewhere than in control. Can't wait. See you soon.